when it comes to two-sided pistols. But their biggest issue is their pistol rounds. They just haven't been winning pistol rounds, John, and they're putting themselves instantly on the back foot at the start of every map, at the start of every half.
Yep.
And they can't be affording to do that. Their backs are up against the wall now. They're 1 down. They're 1 map defeat away from being out. And LFO, they're going to be full of confidence. Expect them to make the risky plays. Expect them to make the gamble plays where they have the chances to.
They've won 1 pistol round. That was on Inferno today. That was Inferno against LFO with the Valhalla 3K. The Falcon, he's seen Sterling. Sterling working the blue box. Grabs 1, but traded out by Hugh. Good outside play at the moment. Now also as well, even if John does lose rounds, at least get the bomb down. That's probably the most important part as well, to keep their economy ticking even if they're losing. APOC done at CT roof. Just ducking and weaving, making sure they can't get towards heaven. But I like John's outside pushes as well. Good smoke on Mini as well.
Yeah,
looking
motion.
for APOC dud.
Oh, did he see the head? Did he see
I don't think he get timinged. He knows APOC dud's around here, but he believes he's in the smoke.
He may have seen a little question mark on the mini-map because he's playing it very convinced that there's a player there. Hats has pushed lobby. He's got so much info and he's got a kill to put the cherry on top of the cake. And now, well, it's on to John to get down into the A site. It's going to be tough to drop from heaven because at this point, this late on in the round, the CTs are going to be looking there. Savage peeking main with the dualies, and the Cowboys say hello. And motion out of heaven, can't find a frag. And there you go, it's another pistol round for LFO. It's another pistol round lost for John. And instantly on the back foot, on the worst side of Nuke.
Yeah, critical round there, especially for the Hats. Hats winning that duel in T lobby. Just getting information that there's nobody in T lobby, and it's a full wrap around to heaven. It basically gives a heads up play to Savage, to anyone on the A side. They're like, hey guys, they're gonna be all popping out of heaven, and just check Mini just in case, and that's it. And Savage takes out, I believe, Hugh and Mini, and that was a huge kill. Because it also is not to mention that Savage put himself into such a good position that that heaven players could not engage on him because he was behind the hut. We've seen one in hut, which has been Falcon. The MP9's so strong on these angles. Also with outside as well, like a lot of people mistake outside that you only have to have one angle like that on outside, but no, you need multiple different angles. And geez, that was a savage anti-eco. Few grenades being picked up. But you gotta have a lot of different angles on outside. You're gonna get caught out very easily if you only have one person looking from Mini towards outside, because they can just easily jump T roof and then land onto opposite end, and they can wrap around to heaven, bypassing your defense completely. So you need that player in workshop or secret. As you saw there from APOC Dud, working in secret, he got a couple of kills as well. Yeah,
and if you don't have the player in there, you have to always play the round assuming that a player has got through there, and you have to, turn around. That's the gamble that you take. If you leave a player out of secret, and you have a player playing deep garage or something like that, just holding mini door, then late on in the round when it's so quiet, you have to start thinking, well, have they got timing behind us?
You know those vent flaps at T vents? You can open and close them.
Yeah, you press
I think we've actually talked about this.
Yeah, it's a nice little feature.
With our tech pause, we had an hour tech pause on Nuke. We went through an entire map.
I do remember.
Like, hang on, we told you. We actually mentioned that, where you can open and close the doors. That was a clean round, jeez.
Not a lot of people know you can do it because they're usually just destroyed by the time you even have the chance to press E.
Wait, there's a lot of references on this map. A lot of Easter eggs. I think I referenced a portal on this map as well. There's the staircase towards the exit, which says exit, which is a portal reference.
Were they in before the rework? or was it post
I
rework?
think it's post rework. I'm not really too sure. I got into CSGO pretty late. Okay, let's just put it that way. It's Valiance great win on ramp. They got to push in towards B site. Licky's gonna be forced out, and this is gonna be a hard retake if LookingForOrg do even go for it. To be honest.
Yeah, much better out of John. The MP9 and Famus on Sterling and Licky does not do LFO any favours here. B site's already hard to retake in itself, let alone when you got weaker weaponry. And John need to just hold the line. Savage has got a pretty big kill. It's allowed some space to occur. Sterling getting a kill on ramp as well. This is winnable all of a sudden. John, they've still got half the bomb timer to hold off the CTs. Hugh, though, with a well-positioned post-plant spot, does get one. He's going to be quickly traded out, though. Kits on Licky and Savage. Going to be no problem for them. And John,
That was a great
retake.
retake. But yeah, you said it as yourself as well. They should have been a lot more patient. Like, they just didn't have to take those open duels on to LookingForOrg. Got to give credit to Hugh, though, trying to disrupt that retake for an extra few seconds, realizing that, LookingForOrg are going to go for it. But great retake by LookingForOrg. That's the second hardest site to retake. Dust 2B being the hardest one.
And this is exactly what we were saying before this map that John can't afford to do. They can't afford to lose the first 5 rounds because they're even further behind than what we were expecting them to be. Like, okay, they don't win the pistol, sure, but that is a round they certainly should be winning more times than not. And
only positive is that they got the bomb down so they can fly up.
Yeah, that's the only. If you're in the mental state in the situation that John are in right now, that's the only thing you should really be trying to think about is that we can buy again, not a biggie. In reality, it is a bit of a biggie.
Good wall smokes there. Actually, it's cool. These Australia smokes. It's a good wall smokes. Smoking out the workshop area as well. They should get the secret.
Licky's a bit nervous.
Even wrap around.
Licky's nervous in main here because he's not sure of the outside push. They haven't got a garage player for one, and they don't have anyone really watching Squeaky. I'm not sure if Squeaky door is open.
Double doors being watched and being jump picked by APOC Dud. That's scene 2. Good Molotov, so they can't quickly rotate towards A.
Yeah, a lot of pressure being applied. A lot of pressure being applied.
Just trying to get to silo. There's a position that you can be wallbanged, so you got to be very careful. But yeah, I'm surprised Licky has been bullied out of this position at Mini, because they've got a lot of back control where they can bully him with the wallbangs. Licky caught out by Val. That's going to be smoked off. The other area should be mollied, and it is. Hats might push this, given the fact he's got a crossfire coming in. Falcon's going to suspect that crossfire. He's seen APOC Dud, takes out APOC Dud.
Beautiful. Much
Smart
better.
move by Falcon.
Much better from John. They did not panic. They were really trying hard to find those picks and find some LFO players just lying in wait on angles, but they didn't continue to hold W. They just slowed it down, focused on getting the site first and get the plant. And, well, they've been rewarded with a round, a huge one as well, albeit 4-1. And Savage is going to try his best to stay alive as they try to hunt him down. They can't afford to commit too many bodies. 1 is enough. 4-1 the scoreline. But yeah, John, they need to continue doing just that. Finding those gaps where LFO are basically leaking space and allowing John to take and exploiting it. And as we've seen, you don't have a garage player outside. That's the risk that you have. You allow them to go down secret. You allow them to take space on B. You leave APOC Dud down on B, and what's he going to do? Throw a molly so he can't die? That's essentially what the molly's there for.
Yeah, I'm also going to say Falcon was a very, very good job as well, not to mention as well, knowing where that crossfire was coming from, knowing how Hats was playing. It's just like, okay, crossfire's going to be silo. APOC Dud's got to be there, and just taking APOC Dud out before they hit the execute button.
Big pick.
1 for 1 Sterling getting a lovely shot at Squeaky. Another shot at Squeaky. Jeez. Sterling's on fire.
Once again, they have no outside control. Hada has got himself pushing towards heaven. Hat's going to have to rotate off ramp. Valhalla needs to take his time here. They know he's here, and he knows that they know he's here. He knows he's got a big duel to win to give him and Hugh a chance. The issue that they
on the
have
off angle
is they have no lobby control either, so Hugh's going to have to take a lot of time to clear everything.
And Sterling's still holding that angle, isn't he? Oh no, he isn't. He's holding a different angle. Yeah.
Useless player should be gone. Yeah, Valhalla's peeked him perfectly. Now they need to be worrying about Hart, and that they will. It will be Molotov. Player up in heaven, though. Hats is there in quick time. Stead's going to push Wally. LFO pick up a crucial round. It's kind of reset John here. They will be able to buy, but again, the loss bonus not on their side. Actually,
great push by Hats.
They're on 3.4, excuse me. Of course, they're on 3.4, so get a plant, John, and they can buy again. If not, then it will be pretty much a half buy. Or it will be AKs with barely no U2, and you need the U2 on Nuke.
Yeah, unless you're doing hard and squeaky, which is, like I say, if they do change it up and do hard and squeaky, it could be a pretty good hit, actually, given the fact that a lot of these rounds have been drawn out, and, working around, like a quick hard and squeaky round, could catch looking for Org off kilter, I reckon. Could be a good idea. Because, most of the rounds have been John going for, the slow but surely Anaconda strategy where they've just strangled information out of looking for Org. But, at the moment, Hats has been playing very well on ramp and CT lobby as well. I mean, that push on Valhalla, catching him at the time where he's just throwing utility to prevent the mini player, just led that retake, and Hugh just had no chance in hell. They had too many different angles to check. Hats has got the opener on Falcon. He's expecting a bit more coming towards him. If he hears a single player burn, he might peek that.
Yeah, Hats knows the drill.
Yep.
Oh, both players flashed. Oh dear, that's a bit of a blunder.
That second flash actually caught him off guard. It was actually 2 flashes from John. It was actually a mistake from John. It was the 2 flashes. So the secondary flash, I'm not sure who it was thrown by, the one that was just dropped in. Actually got a couple of kills there. Apoc dud, opening the door, going through the double doors, but just baiting it. Valiance with the plants can be a 2v3. Now motion. He knows Apoc duds in the double doors control areas, just waiting for the rear guard to come from CT lobby.
Yeah, Sterling.
But John is not looking for Organt coming from that area.
Sterling just has to be patient here. He needs to take his time. He needs to allow his teammates to just take the contact. And then he could start pushing. Been spotted out now. This one's over. Sterling finds the kill. It's going to be Apoc the defuse on the bomb to get LFO 6-1 ahead. And it's looking bleak for John at this stage of the series.
Well, the good thing is they got another bomb plant, okay? They can put, the AKs back in and go again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say overall, they're eventually going to win one of these 2v3s that goes their way. They've been fairly close rounds. It's just the post-plant scenarios on that B side has been killing them. They haven't had a really good hold on that B side. That B side's really easy. It's not really easy to hold, but it's a lot easier to hold than it is to take.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
If they solve that little issue out, they could have, 2 or 3, not 2 or 3 more rounds. Could have 4 or 5 more rounds, given the fact they'll break LFO's economy. I think in this scenario, they might need to take a breath in or just go call for a timeout. Or as I said before, switch up the strategy, go for a hard and squeaky execute, maybe catch looking for Org off guard. What do you think on this map? Apoc God's been mollied out of our workshop. Could be Kobe tier.
Ooh.
Just a flex.
If he doesn't walk down the stairs, he's dead.
Yep.
But again, it's the U2 out of LFO. Perfect time to throw the smokes. They do it. Same with Hats on ramp. He mollies when the push is about to commence, and then he smokes. Got unfortunate with the double flash, but it's just stalling John, and it's got to be frustrating at this point. Flashes out on A, don't blind Savage. Savage finds 2. Sterling peeks from heaven as well. And it's continued one-way traffic. Hugh peeking out of half as well, but they don't expect Licky to be in rafters. And it's 7-1 LFO, showing how strong of a team they can be. And it's a good fight back, I've got to say, because it wasn't that close between them and Vertex before this game. So they've bounced back very nicely.
So be cautious a bit here, given that John recovered on Inferno in a cylinder scenario, and looking for Orc's money is not that great either. So, you know, looking for John has recovered before on Inferno, but of course Inferno is not as CT sided as Nuke, but you know, can't be forgetting that John, they do have a good resilient spark to them as well. But still, they need to get rounds on the board. The scoreboards, you know, looking further and further looming over them at the moment. I mean, they just need to break looking for Org soon, and this is not looking good. Licky's even got a kill at Squeaky, and they kind of a round like this where they're not doing any damage to looking for Org. Valiance is pretty good on the Deagle though, and Licky's just chucking weapons away. He's not allowing Valiance to have a single weapon in front of them. That is smart play from Licky.
Really
like,
nice.
Basically, there was two AKs at Squeaky Door there, and Licky was just fishing them out and throwing them back, so Valiance couldn't pick any of them up.
Yeah, it's just pure dominance from LFO right now. There's no two ways about it. John are just being outplayed, really. It's not really coming down to aim at this point. It's more the reads. This is the issue that you traditionally have as a newer team on maps like Nuke is, you know, you come across against very organized teams and they just have util combos, they have crossfires, they have bait and switches, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of LFO. A lot of respect needs to be shown to these guys on Nuke because they are playing faultlessly right now.
Sterling goes down ramp. They will go to B here. Hat's definitely be volleyed off. Can't do much here. Apoc Dud's probably getting ready to defend. Falcon probably ready for Apoc Dud in double doors. And that's going to be a round here. Great work by John against the run-off play. Also, even made a joke that they should have done a hard squeak, not a joke, but a comment they should do hard and squeaky execute. In the first round they do a hard and squeaky execute, they get locked out just like that.
Are you coaching them?
For Org. Bit surprised that... Oh, hopefully... Is Savage going for this? I mean, these are one of these rounds that you just don't go for it, but at least you're getting to spend utility, so you have to buy it up again, but...
I think he was
just... the T side.
I think he was just looking for the eco frags. The eco frags, the ego frags, should I say. Oh, here's one. Oh, made him jump. Literally.
Yep.
That's his...
That's just waiting for Valhalla.
He gets off at the worst time as well. Could have seen him then.
Oh no, he's in workshop, sorry. I can't see him, unfortunately. Two. On with a bit of a fight back here because if looking for Org don't win this round or don't save a few weapons, they could be going to an eco and John could start to make a bit of a comeback on this scenario. They've got a decent B take. The A take we haven't seen too much of. It's been a lot of the B takes, and I wonder if LFO are going to adjust for A.
It's just...
I think Apoc Dud heard Valhalla drop and Hat's taking down Hugh as well.
It's just demoralizing if you're a John player and that's happening to you at 8-2 down. It's just like, oh, what could I do? You know, they are down on B now though with the bomb, but they need to solve Hats and need to get him out of here. Hats is not budging. Apoc Dud's here to help as well. 1 versus 4. Too many for Falcon. John.
You know.
it feels like they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place right now because they go B, they go down ramp, they just can't seem to get on site. And if they go outside, well, they're just losing. And if they go A, they're walking into a Sterling AWP. It's like, what do we do at this point?
How many rakes are they going to hit? How many rakes are you going to step on to whack them in the face? But I gotta say, Hat's played that very smartly. Opening up control window and making them think he's gone down to control was huge. You actually get an extra frag just from doing that. Valiance? Ooh, he should have really trusted his gut there that Sterling was still there at T events. But Valhalla does strike one back, making it a 4v2. Ooh, Motion actually has actually seen Licky going to mini.
Yeah, the scope got
and
heard.
Licky will go down.
The scope got heard from Licky. He was really hesitant to peek, and if you're in main like that, you always getting spotted first because you're closer to the wall than your opponent. And Motion, here's another burst from him. It's his first kills of the game, of the map, excuse me. But that is exactly what John do not want. Losing the bomb on T ramp puts more pressure on the poor man. But yeah, Motion's first 2 kills of the map come in round number 12. And that could be one of the... I don't like singling players out. But they've been, relying on him for making some really good plays. And
T side Nuke is such a rough AWPing. Like if you're at the AWP on a T side, Nuke, it's so rough. You got no angles.
It is very tough, but it just goes to show the one time that Motion isn't fragging, it's like the biggest round deficit they've been down all day.
Yeah, exactly. Highly agree. You've got that bang on. Like even though as I said, I'm giving a bit of an excuse or giving him out like it's bad or. But you're completely right, like John hasn't looked anywhere good at the moment on some of these takes. But a good trade, and they've got a weapon out of it as well. They've got an AK Valhalla, Motion can pick up a weapon as well. Flashbang's coming in, Valhalla. He's grabbed Golden 1, but traded by APOC done from Mini, prevents that bomb from being planted. And a Molotov on it as well. And 11 on the board, and yep.
APOC dot's just locked in, man. The amount of smoke kills this guy's had in this map alone is absurd. And I say smoke kills. I mean kills through smokes. Yeah, APOC just locked in, and LFO are ready to just get on to next game. It's like a GG go next, boys. And
we're gonna say this week's as well. I've got the stats here as well. Kill assist, 90% across Savage, Sterling, Licky, and APOC done. Well, 90% of the kills that LookingForOrg have got.
Wow.
Those players have been involved in 90% of it. Compared to John, the highest is 60 on here. Just shows that how much they're getting outworked as a team.
More ramp control taken, but we've seen this story before. They get down ramp, and then they need to try and hold B. Valiance is sprayed nice, but APOC does there to trade. He's traded out by Falcon, and it's a 2 versus 2 situation now. It feels good for John. I can't lie. Hugh getting this bomb down as well. They've got both players towards double doors now, but they do have one player to worry about. That is Sterling. Sterling, we know how patient he likes to play. How's his patience going to look this time round? Gets one. Hats. Looking for the other. Trying to help out his teammate. Q with the AWP. Getting tapped. The pressure continues to build. The flames continue to rise. LFO gets 12 on the board. And not necessarily with this lineup, but LFO back in the day when they had the likes of Hazza, when they had Hazza on the team, they were a strong Nuke side. And it's good to see that despite all the roster changes, it still seems to be there in the core of LFO.
For LookingForOrg at the moment, that round put them up to 92% KST, which means that they've all been involved in 92% of the kills that have occurred. John, their highest is 58%. Okay, that's how absolutely dominant LookingForOrg have been on their teamwork.
That's a crazy
next to Dreamwork.
That's a crazy difference. this. They're just whipping out USPs now, Josh. This is getting messy.
Yep. I think it's just John's just working off till at the moment. 13-2, absolute dominant behalf from looking for Org. And we'll be back with more close qualifier action just after this quick break. Will be a quick one or will be a long one. See you guys then.
So hard to let go. Take a chance, touch the sky, and you might just like what you find. Let's risk it all, put it on the line. Go and spread your wings. Let's find out if you fly. Let's find out if you to let go. Take a chance, touch the sky, and you might just like what you find. Let's risk it all, put it on the line. Go and spread your wings. Let's find out if you fly. Let's find out if you fly.
Welcome back, guys, for the pistol round. Looking for Org with a dominant first half. I was actually forgot to mention, like, during our halftime break as well, is that the trust in that 14th round between Hats and Apoc Dud, you know, based in the scenario where Apoc Dud was guarding from control, like, with the slightest of angles, and Hats was sitting there defusing, didn't take his eyes off the bomb. That requires a huge amount of teamwork from Looking for Org and a huge amount of trust. And I think that's, you know, showing why Looking for Org are performing a lot better, is that they are putting a lot of trust in their teammates. While John's, you know, teamwork has slipped a bit, they're not really working with each other that well. The highest cast on John is 62% with Motion. And Motion's still having a great game, but he's making the flashes and making the stuff work as well. And it's a bit of a nightmare here. Motion does a bit of damage, but doesn't get a kill that he probably needs at this point. Savage just waiting for the push. Oh, jeez. John, they'll just read like a book.
Yep, and John's pistol round woes continue. Valhalla knocked down to 1 HP. Needs to try and clutch this one.
They just bamboozled them. But Valhalla didn't fall for it, but they've just been bamboozled. They all figured they're going to go to B, and then they just ran around ramp and went back to A.
Now they're going to boost up to heaven. Boost to heaven. But nevertheless,
that's
14,
nightmare scenario.
14 on the board, fair to foe. It's a strong performance, shall we say, from this side. And, well, John just have had no reply at all, it feels. They've got onto the sites, yes, but then they just get flushed out of the sites afterwards. It's been one-way traffic, to say the least. And it's a shame, really, because I was really hoping that John could pull out another performance that they had against Mindfreak coming into this this close qualifier. But
have you ever passed a game where 3 players at 100 ADR?
probably not. No, not 16 rounds into the map. Definitely
Yeah,
not.
basically Licky, Sterling, and Savage all 100 ADR. This is gonna be a hard squeaky. This is gonna be the ultimate of BM if they're going for a hard squeaky to end it. Well, not to end it, but to really put them to the torch. And they're doing just that against the Force Fire. Hugh does get a tag on that APOC dud, but not probably the ideal good tag on hats as well by Valhalla. They need more tags like this. Last motion to get that 5-7 kill, but he's traded out almost instantly. Now they just need to get an extra hit. Valhalla on a 1v4 of the Scout. Doable, but not probable. I think it's just going to back out here. It's a really tough scenario here whether to save or not. Like, the Scout's decent.
It's just like you're not retaking a site with a Scout in a 1v4 with no kit. It's just not going to happen. You have to save. And if you want to upgrade, then I guess you can, but they don't really have the money to upgrade either. So John are going to be looking down the eyes of 13 map series point, should I say. Otherwise, they are donezo for the series.
It's going to be the lowest score, by the way, of today.
By a
2,
mile.
and it's completely unexpected.
Yeah. On their own map pick.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon that they can come back for OT? We want to see a big comeback.
I'd love to see a comeback on OT, and they are UFP and Valhalla. Oh, Falcon and Valhalla are cooking on gas for maybe 1 round only. Sterling and Savage combined for 3 as well. 2v2 now. Bomb is down on site. Valhalla has it in his sight.
It's actually really good for them as well, given that Hugh's got the Scout still. So, Hugh, if Savage tries to go in to take on the player, he will probably die to the spray of Valhalla. And also, they can't get that bomb planted, so that Scout's going to be, very high value. Problem is now that they're playing into their heads, so LookingForOrg giving them no information, trying to separate Hugh and Valhalla because they're trying to play mind games at the moment. Valhalla's got a very strong angle here as well. They have a Molotov and Sterling. If they Molotov CT vents, they've got themselves a winner. Because Hugh's going to have a hard time trying to trade out.
This is what I was talking about, though. Like, it's so late in the round, they've heard nothing. Hugh's worried about if they're coming behind, if they're coming out of the lobby. Valhalla will get it done. So John do stay alive, which is a nice thing to see. But how long can they stay alive for? Can they get this to 15-15 somehow? I think that would be one of the most unexpected things I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, it could be, they could get a couple of rounds here, given that it's pretty easy to do CT side on Nuke. Like, obviously, it's very easy to defend rather than attack. And not so much as well, LookingForOrg have kind of forced up here. Licky's got a P250, they've got a bunch of AKs, and it's a full buy coming in from John. And John's got the superior utility as well. Now they go for a mini push. Hat's very reckless there. I think LookingForOrg at this stage, got to be still careful. You still respect John. Like, John may have had a poor half, but doesn't mean you can just go in and waltz into outside and just feel like you're going to win these aim duels. So you could get punished, and the lapse of concentration, the recklessness could cause, a boulder to start rolling down. Yeah. John get a couple of rounds together, and before you know it, John are in double digits.
They're spotted
For an
towards
A here.
trophy. I think it's just going to finish A. Oh no, they will be going trophy, and they've doubled it up. They've doubled up ramp, John, and Motion has taken the initial contact, which should free up Hugh for 1. But if he peeks, it gives the advantage back to LFO. Motion still sticking around. Apoc notifies the player who's rotated towards Hell, and it's Motion left on half HP, trying to defend ramp on his own, but he wins the duel. A massive duel as well. Motion coming alive when he's needed to the most. He's had a very quiet nuke. But is that the round? Is that the moment that ignites his mouse and keyboard?
Sterling's basically pressures all on him at the moment. Should be killed either by Motion, or he can just avoid it and keep the AK and go. But he's gonna be careful as well because Falcon's a squeaky.
Falcon didn't hear the ladder.
Yep. Falcon gonna peek up, but to be fair, T roof is like one of the strongest points of the map for the T side to save. Because there's only one angle you can look, which is going up T roof.
Yeah, you can literally hide behind all the boxes up there and just look at one of the 2 ladders. Well, here we go. Series point number 3 for LFO.
All deagles. Oh, no, actually not all deagles, sorry, all Glocks. There's one deagle on Licky. Can't estimate those Glocks. Never mind. Should be a 5th round here for John. If they lose their Glocks, it's just disappointment. Okay, there's absolute disappointment. Disappointment Industries, that's what the name will be, okay? Just probably like, just change her name. Like I'll just do a paint job in Paint, MS Paint, cross out John, Disappointment Industries if they lose to Glocks. Licky almost nails that one deal to Hugh, but Hugh will give him a few pointers. Lead pointers to the skull, but then nonetheless.
Boom. Well, there we go. Ramp is certainly not proving a problem for John. Hada rotates once again to find 2 kills. 15-5, another series point for LFO. And John still continue to just hang in there.
So what are you going to do? Just hang in there on the CT side. It's the advantageous side. It's the easier side to mount to come back on. Get the money rolling in your area. It starts becoming a bit easier. Of course, the money doesn't even matter to John at this stage because they lose their Gonski. Like, not so much. But now, like I can say, they keep losing players. Or hard to execute. Falcon just spraying. But Falcon, he's just seen one come closer. But fortunately, Valiance able to cover. One player going towards T vents, basically. Falcon takes down Sterling. But Apoc got caught in a crossfire here. Just going to that B site. I think they've actually sold the dummy here. Yeah, I don't think they've realized that Apoc don't actually drop the vents. They disguise that with the gunfire. Now Hats, he's heard every single player rotate. So he knows at least 3 players ramp. Does he know about the toxic players? Apoc takes down Falcon. Trade coming in from Motion, doesn't get it right. Apoc does take down Hugh, but traded by Valhalla and Valiance, and LookingForOrg made John work for that retake. They took 3 guns away as well. They get the bomb plant and also control the economy of John at the same time.
Yep, another strong hold. LFO trying to switch things up with a much faster round towards Squeaky Drop. Which actually worked initially. They just couldn't hold the post plant, unfortunately for them. John, well, every round you seem to give them now, they start to get a little bit more confident in their own abilities once again.
They didn't like to buy, but I agree with this. I reckon, go for a half buy and get a full buy of utility. I don't think LookingForOrg have had a full buy of utility for the last 3 rounds. With full guns and utility.
The best mindset for LFO to have here is just imagine it's 15-11 to you. 15-12. Play it exactly how you should do, when you need to really lock in. And they found first blood, actually, with one of the Tech 9s, which is making this a lot easier to hit towards B. Valhalla on site. He's going to have to hold double. He's going to have to hold control as well. Bomb drop. So that's information handed over to the rest of his side. You try to peak control to help out his buddy, and that will happen, and it will work like clockwork. Savage last left. Tech9 and a dream of putting his team in the consolidation final.
I was going to say that's a brilliant hold, given the fact that John lost that early player with Falcon being caught out mini. It's a good trap by LookingForOrg there, trying to get that weapon, but good recovery by Motion, I believe, taking it out to APOC double before he could use that AK. Savage looking around secret. Is Valiance going to knife him? Come on, get the free. He always does that. Yeah, there we go. The dualies, the dual knives. Right to Savage's back. It's going to be 7 rounds for John, and extra money on the board as well. I did say money wasn't important, but money is still somewhat important if you have close rounds. So to make sure you're able to, buy the M4s, buy the utility you need. So that knife kill is going to be
If they
huge.
keep winning 1v1s, they're going to eventually run out of money, the CTs. That's just how the economy works. So it's important you keep building the bank, although you need to think about the round now. And if you lose, obviously, you're done. But, yeah, you need to obviously think about the long term too.
But the worst case scenario here would be working off the Masters and MP9s. Like I said, I don't think they're going to have that issue for quite a while anyway. The fact that they've still got quite a bit.
Ooh.
Oh, Hats heard Valhalla get hit in the smoke. And that's going to be a quick spray down. Like, if you guys don't know either as well, like, why to do smoke spray downs at times as well, you can hear the bullets actually hit the player.
Yeah, they sound a lot different.
You hear the damage being taken.
Especially on a map like Nuke outside Garage, all the bullets, you hear the metal. It's a very distinctive sound, but then as soon as you stop hearing them hitting metal, and it sounds like, I know it's hard to describe the sound, but the sound changes drastically.
Yeah. They're not trusting that red box, and smart play by Lucky there. He was just staring at that red box the entire time. He catches the wild hue. Now they're going to actually play a bit of a bait here. They're actually going to figure it's B rotate. Like I say, given that Hats has rotated hit Valiance at Heaven, this is going to leave John a bit stranded. Motion traded out. He's out in no man's land. And it's just up to Falcon left. And Falcon got baited by it as well. Falcon's at secret. And Hats has got a good defense on mini. And Licky flicks it out, makes it 16. And, well, that was a beautiful shot from Licky. And I guess they're overall LookingForOrg. Well-deserved map win. John, they made a run for it, but that was really capitalizing off LookingForOrg's mistake. But I guess they're overall, like, the teamwork from LookingForOrg was just fun.